Hello, everybody. This is Tim,
Hi, Maggie.
and you do that every time.
Sorry.
And we're back to review The Incredible Hulk, the second film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starring Mark Ruffalo
Thank
and
you. I'm very glad you said
oh,
that.
I mean Edward Norton and Liv Tyler and who else is in this movie? William Hurt,
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth. Maggie knows who Tim Roth is, and she's happy about it.
Yes.
So the Incredible Hulk is the second entry in the MCU. It's Hulk stuff, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, it's not like terrible,
No,
but it's definitely not as good as Iron Man.
no. I mean, we're coming. This movie came out June 13th, 2008.
Of course.
It came out a month and like a few days after Iron Man, which is just insane
Yeah,
to
that's
think about.
stupid.
It came out right after Iron Man. Well, I feel like they wanted to jump on the success. Like they
Of
knew.
Dark Knight.
Well, no, so I feel like no, well, Dark Knight hadn't come out yet, but I think they knew that like they had a really good movie with Iron Man on their hands.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's put our second movie out right afterwards because people will see Iron Man and then be like, oh my God, that was so much fun. Let's go see this Hulk movie now. And then Tony Stark shows up at the end of the movie. So
Right.
they make the connection and they're trying to like put this whole MCU together. So I think it was a smart choice at the time. Had this movie come out today, it would have been like a 6 month waiting period between movies. But anywho, but yeah, the movie, I love the beginning because it basically tells the Hulk's origin story in 2 minutes, and that's fantastic. Like, I get the complaint a lot that, like, we're sick of origin stories. Like, you have your Spider-Man, you have your Amazing Spider-Man, you have your Iron Man, you have your Captain America, you have your Thor, you have your Doctor Strange, you've got your Ant-Man, you've got your X-Men Origins Wolverine, you've
Doctor
got
Strange. Did you say that already?
yeah, Doctor Strange. So
Okay.
you Guardians of the Galaxy. So
Yeah.
Batman v Superman, they did the origin
Origin
story
story.
again.
Man of
So it's
Steel.
like yep, exactly, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad. So they're doing like all of these movies that just like continuously are origin stories, and we don't need them. So that's why like I think Marvel finally gets that, and it took a long time, but they did this in The Incredible Hulk in 2 minutes, and it was awesome. And it took them until Civil War to realize, wait, we don't have to show Peter Parker getting bit by a radioactive spider. We can just
What?
throw him into the middle of the Civil War movie and be okay. It's like, yes, you can. So for some movies, I get it. Like Doctor Strange, like you need to show that, otherwise the general audience is going to be like, what? But throwing Black Panther in the middle of Civil War
But
and then giving him his own movie a couple years later, that works. I don't need a full movie of origin story. His origin was 2 minutes in Civil War and it worked and I loved it. Am I right? Like
yes.
so like I don't understand why it took him so long. Anyway, what do you like about this movie?
Um, you know, I guess the action's good. I like when big creatures fight each other,
Yeah.
and that does happen in this movie. I'm kind of a annoyingly like stickler for how CGI looks, and if it's not perfect, I'm always like, well, that's not perfect. But I have
This
to
movie
remember
came out
that
9 years
right.
ago.
I have to remember when it came out, and like, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. And
No.
actually, toward the end, I thought the Abomination looked great. Like, I've seen this movie before, but it's been a long time, so I
Yeah.
haven't really remembered it. But yeah, he looked great, and their fight was pretty solid.
Yeah, it gets brutal towards the end.
Yeah.
When he's like choking him out with the chain and then
Yeah.
like stabs him with his own little horn thing. Like it gets brutal.
Yeah, I love how Liv Tyler's like, you can't kill this person, but he's killed like a ton of people.
Yeah,
already.
Let's
Like, calm down.
All right, I'm sorry, but Liv Tyler is terrible in this movie.
I mean, yeah, Bruce.
Yeah, that's literally
Bruce.
all she does the whole movie. Like it's like oh god, she's the one thing in Lord of the Rings that I can't stand is Liv Tyler as Arwen. Like I can't stand it. That she has the same stupid face the whole time, and I just can't. I'm sorry,
okay.
I can't handle it. And she does the same thing in this movie. And poor Edward Norton. Like
He tried.
He's good in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't be mad, or I wouldn't have been mad if Edward Norton would have continued being the Hulk, but I mean,
But
I love Mark Ruffalo.
I was about to say, I'm like, when you hear like in 2011 or whatever that they're starting to film the Avengers and Edward Norton's not coming back and they've got Mark Ruffalo doing it. I don't remember what the fan community was saying, but I remember myself being like, "Huh, that's weird." And now that I've seen Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk twice, wait, twice? Has it only been twice? Avengers and Age of
Avengers
Ultron?
Ultron.
That's it?
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's it? That's stupid. Anyway, but now that I've seen him
Well, he'll
do
be in
it,
Thor Ragnarok.
yes, but now that I've seen him do it, it's like I don't miss Edward Norton at all. And watching this movie, like I like his
They're just kind of two different characters of the same person, or
I
different
think
takes on the same
I
person.
think it's different. I think what sucks about it is that Edward Norton is a really, really good actor, and like I think that like he's the underlying star of Birdman. Like
Yeah.
I think his performance in Birdman outshines everybody else's in that movie, and so he's a great actor and he can do the dramatic stuff. I just didn't buy the
Him being an
you
action
know,
hero.
no, not even that, because he's been in action movies before, like, that I enjoyed, but it's the part where he's, like, getting beaten up and is like, no, you don't
Yeah,
understand.
like you don't want me to
Something
be
really
angry.
bad is going to happen if you make me too angry. It's like, I didn't buy that, but Mark Ruffalo pulls that off, and he can be like, he could pull the whole
He gets
like I'm just all I can think about is the one scene from Age of Ultron after he gets like calmed down by Black Widow in the woods or whatever,
Yeah.
and he like comes out of Hulk mode and is like crawling around the woods or whatever and is like shaking and he's like all scared and stuff, and then they bring him back onto the plane and he's just like sitting
Yeah.
there. Like I would not buy that from Ed Norton, but
Yeah,
like
you're right.
I buy it from Mark Ruffalo. So it's too bad because I think that Ed Norton's good in this movie. I just think that he was miscast. I think they cast him because they wanted a big name behind it, and from what I understand, he got really involved, like to the point where he was pissing everybody off and
Right.
like was changing the script and like
That's not cool.
no, and so it's too bad because the action set pieces in this movie are actually really solid. Like the fight with the Hulk out on the like school lawn
Campus,
on the
yeah.
campus, like that was really cool, and the end fight is really cool, but like that's about
That's it.
it. But
Yeah.
honestly I would say that that last fight brings it up from like at least a 2.5 to at least a 3 for me out of 5, because that fight is so good. And I definitely don't think this is the worst in the MCU, but it's I would say the least rewatchable.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just gets boring.
It is. And I would say that between this and Iron Man 3, it's the least rewatchable. I think this is a better movie than Iron Man 3, but we'll get to that.
You don't like Trevor?
Oh, jeez, don't talk to
I'm
me about
sorry.
Trevor.
I
You
love
always
Ben Kingsley.
My name is Trevor. We'll get to that. And then yeah, so I mean, overall, guys, I mean, this movie it's fine.
Yeah,
I reckon if you've never seen it,
watch it.
check it out. It's not
It's worth
terrible.
at least one time.
It's worth seeing at least once, but you're not gonna remember it as like one of those MCU movies where you have to go back and watch, like Civil War or the Avengers or even Iron Man or the Winter Soldier. So anyway, guys, so that's our quick thoughts on the Incredible Hulk. We'll be coming back at you soon with a review of Iron Man 2, the obviously the greatest in the Iron Man franchise, right?
Don't
No.
ask me those questions. I'm pretty sure Iron Man is the greatest in the franchise.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, in the meantime, click that subscribe button, hit like. It'll be fun. I promise you'll enjoy it. And if you haven't seen our review of Iron Man yet, go back, go do that, and be on the lookout for the next one.
Peace.